Hey, what's up, Never Nervous readers and listeners? I decided I needed to do a spoiler alert on this video because it's about wrestling and people bleed, and I know it's not for all of you, but the important part of this piece is that the city of Louisville is losing money because of the Kentucky Athletic Commission. They want to pretend like wrestling is a real sport and say that if somebody bleeds in the match has to stop. Even though in MMA or boxing, if somebody bleeds, the match can keep going. So what happens is they put these unnecessary rules on the matches, and that's the reason WWE won't do a pay-per-view at the Yum Center that would sell out the Yum Center every year. So I think the bottom line of this issue is that wrestling is a performance art. It's not a sport, and that's why it relates to Never Nervous, because it is an art form and it's these wrestlers' passion. So yeah, I hope you enjoy it. Maybe you'll learn something. Maybe you'll join the fight with us to bring it back to Louisville. And I also brought home a souvenir from this event. It was in New Albany at the Pride Bar, and they had a bring your own weapons match, and somebody brought a guitar covered in thumbtacks. Kind of ties Never Nervous in with wrestling a little bit, right? Except it's destroyed. I don't think you can play this shit anymore. Alright, enjoy, guys. Hey, what's up? I'm Jake. I'm here for NeverNervous.com. We're at the Prince of the Deathmatch. I got my buddy Reed By God Bentley.
Hi, everybody.
I got my bandmate Aaron By God West. He's the violin player.
Roaring 20s.
Exactly. Violin player from Quiet Hollers here.
God damn! And I can't even taste it, cause I got all these turnip greens rolled up in my spaceship, man. Can't spit
So, what does deathmatch wrestling have to do with the city of Louisville and the art scene? I don't know. Do you have an opinion on that, Reed?
I think it has a lot to do with Louisville and Louisville culture, because IWA at least started out in Louisville in 1996. So this is our 20th year, Ian's 20 years, running IWA, doing deathmatch wrestling, bringing it to the Midwest, to Kentucky. He was already a star in ECW, a star in Japan. And when he moved out here permanently after he was done with ECW, he decided to start his own company, start giving back to wrestling in a different way. And he really brought hardcore deathmatch wrestling that nobody in this area had seen. All you had was USWA.
So why is it not in Louisville now?
There was an issue in the late 90s with the commission. Basically, their scapegoat was they were afraid it was a danger to the fans. They were afraid a fan was going to get hurt. The only time in IWA history that anyone's ever gotten hurt was someone admittedly was on their cell phone not paying attention. Very early cell phone. It was like 2001.
It was like this big.
Yeah, it was.
They had it connected to their car.
It was a the charger, and a piece of a light tube bounced out, hit her on the leg. Little tiny cut, nothing bad. We're very safe. We don't throw people into the crowd when they're covered in barbed wire, light tubes, anything like that. No one's really going to get hurt. The wrestlers aren't really going to get hurt because we know what we're doing. Accidents are very, very rare in deathmatch wrestling. You go out there, you're going to get hurt, but not to the point that you can't wake up and do it again the next day.
God damn! So part of the issue, like what I've read about with the Athletic Commission, is they treat wrestling as if it's a sport like boxing or MMA.
Yes.
But it really is more of an art, would you say?
Exactly, yeah. That's always been my defense, is if you're going to treat us like a sport, then you should credit us as a sport, and they don't. Mm-hmm. It's an art form. You're not going to a theater and telling someone in a play that they can't do a stunt, they can't do something with a trapeze.
Or if you go see Iggy and the Stooges, he might bleed on stage.
He might jump into the crowd, he might do anything.
Yeah.
You're not controlling what a musician does, what a theater performance does, what a dance troupe does, what a stand-up comedian does. You're not putting any limits on any of them, and what we do is essentially as dangerous as what they do, because what we do is
I got Corey from House of the Video.
Corey's here.
Hi, how's it going?
What we do, it has a lot of risk, obviously, but they are detailed and calculated risks that we go into knowing it's going to happen. It's usually not something we get surprised by. So the state pretty much wanted to keep with the old. They wanted to keep with the Memphis style USWA traditional wrestling, and they wanted to cut because Ian was making a lot of money. He was back in that building on Dixie Highway.
They want their cut. That's
Yeah.
the biggest
Kmart.
point.
Yeah, the Kmart building used to draw 400 people every Wednesday night. They were serving beer. They had a liquor license, so it was hopping. Every Wednesday night on Dixie Highway. There was something going on. So.
I mean, for me, the slogan in Louisville is "Keep Louisville Weird," right? You see it on these billboards and shit.
Yep.
What is weirder than deathmatch wrestling at a gay bar?
Fuck yeah, right?
Like, let's keep this going. Let's bring it to Louisville.
Exactly.
Aaron, this is Aaron's first wrestling event
How do you
ever.
feel about your first professional wrestling event?
I enjoy it.
Exactly.
They got blood on them. I didn't. It was fun.
What's weirder than two guys in tight outfits beating each other to death with light tubes and barbed wire?
Exactly. Let's keep this shit weird.